over the three worlds and is preaching and glorifying Krishna. And after that, he gave some instructions. So one of them was to write about the ultimate conclusion of all the Vedas, that is devotional service to Krishna. And after that, so what we now Srila Goswami and Shaunaka Rishi, who was sitting there in the banks of Ganga. So now we will decide like what Vyasadeva did when Narada Muni died. So we'll start from the verse one, and then we will discuss focus on book number six.
Sean Prabhu.
Text one.
It's on the website. Also, the great and transcendently powerful Vyasadeva heard everything from Sri Narada's Muni. So after Narada's departure, what did Vyasadeva do?
Text 2. He was sitting on the western bank of the river Saraswati, which is intimately related to the Vedas. There was a cottage of meditation at some Rasa, which enlivens the transcendental activity of the sages.
In that place, Srila Vyasadeva in his own ashrama, which was surrounded by the he sat down to the gate of perfect war for meditation.
He fixed his mind perfectly engaging in the devotional service of the yoga without any change of materialism. And thus he saw the absolute personality of God along with his external energy, which was under full control.
Due to this external energy, the living entity or the transcendental to the three modes of material nature thinks of himself as a material product and thus undergoes the reactions of a material miseries.
And since the material miseries of the living entity, which are superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by the listening process of devotional service. But the mass of people do not know this, and therefore the learned Vyasadeva compiled this Vedic literature, which is in relation to the supreme truth.
Yes, so now we can chant verse number six. Please repeat after me. Anartho pashamam sakshat bhakti yoga madoksaje lokasya janato vidvams चक्रे सात्वत संहिता
Anartopashmam sakshat.
Bhakti Yoga Madhuksaje.
Lokasyana janatu vidvamsu.
Chakre Sattvat Samhitam.
Swatra Kasehitam Anartha Pashyam Sakshat Vivakti Yogatam.
Just one line, firstly.
Anartho pashamam sakshat. Anartho pashamam sakshat.
Bhakti Yoga Adhoksaje.
Bhakti yoga madhuksaje.
Lokasya janato vidvams.
Lokasya janato vidvams.
Chakre Satvata Samhitam.
Chakre sattva samhitam. Anartho pashamam sakshat. Anartho pashamam sakshat. Bhakti yogam adhoksaje. Bhakti yogam adhoksaje. Lokasya janato vidvams.
Chakre Satvata Samhitam.
Chakre sattva samhitam.
Anartho Pasyo Sam Sati.
Anartho pashamam sakshat.
Bhakti Yogam Abhasarja.
Bhakti yogam adhoksaje. Lokasya janato vidvams. Chakre sattva samhitam.
Okay. Synonyms all together, please. Anartha, things which are superfluous. Upashamam, mitigation. Shakshat, directly. Bhakti Yogam, the linking process of devotional service. Adokshaje, under the transcendence. Lokasya, of the general mass of man. Ajanataha, those who are unaware of. Vidwan, the supremely learned. Chakre, compiled. Satvata, in relation with the supreme truth. Samhita, Vedic literature. Translation altogether, please. The material miseries of the living entity, which are superfluous to him, can be directly mitigated by the linking process of devotional service. But the mass of people do not know this. Or the learned Vyas, they compile this Vedic literature, since the relation. Purport by Divine Grace, इसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी शिलपाद की Malro.
Srila Vyasadeva saw the all-perfect personality of God. This statement suggests that the complete unit of personality of Godhead includes his past and partial also. He saw therefore the different energies, namely the internal energy, the marginal energy, and the external energy. He also saw his different plenary portions and parts of the plenary portions, namely his different incarnations also, and he specifically observed the unwanted miseries of the conditioned souls, who are bewildered by the external energy. And at last, he saw the remedial measure for the conditioned souls, namely the process of devotional service. It is a great transcendental science and begins with the process of hearing and chanting the name, fame, glory, etc. of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Revival of the dormant affection or love of God does not depend on the mechanical system of hearing and chanting, but it solely and wholly depends on the causeless mercy of the Lord. When the Lord is fully satisfied with the sincere efforts of the devotee, he may endow him with his loving transcendental service. But even with the prescribed forms of hearing and chanting, there is at once mitigation of the superfluous and unwanted miseries of material existence. Such mitigation of material affection does not wait for development of transcendental knowledge. Rather, knowledge is dependent on devotional service for the ultimate realization of the supreme truth.
Yeah. So it is very auspicious month also of Purushottam Mass. And in the Purushottam Mass, we are going to glorify the ultimate conclusion which I mentioned earlier, the devotional service to Lord Krishna, to the Purushottam himself. So it is said in the first verse that Shaunakarisi asks questions. So it's a very nice thing. Like always, they are inquiring to Shuddha Goswami, that they are inquiring like what happened after that. So they are very curious to know the story, because Shiva Bhagavatam is like the cream of all the Vedas, right? So in that he's asking like what did happen after Tara Muni left. So Vyasdev went to the banks of Saraswati, western bank of the Saraswati, and then he meditated for some time, and then he started writing. So in this verse, it is mentioned that the very first word is anartha, things which are superfluous. Does anyone know what is superfluous? Yes, bro.
Unwanted miseries.
Yes, unwanted. So it means you can also say which are not needed, which are extra, like that. And after that, it is mentioned mitigation. What does that mean? Upashamam.
Mitigation means nullify, like
Remove.
remove.
We can also say reduce and yeah, nullify also. So it is mentioned the first line that anartho pashamam shakshat bhakti yoga madhukshaja means by removing the extra things which are not needed in our sadhana, in our bhakti, just by linking the process of devotional service, one can know Krishna and one can serve fully to the supreme truth. So in that way, when we say linking process of devotional service, so we have heard so many times that whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we want to offer, do it by dovetailing to Krishna, right? So when we say dovetailing to Krishna, so does that mean, I'll give you three options. Does that mean we are dovetailing everything to Krishna, or we are dovetailing everything in the service of Krishna, or both? If both, yeah,
Service to Krishna.
service to Krishna.
Sorry. Repeat the first option.
First option, option A, that when we say when we are dovetailing to Krishna, does that mean we are dovetailing our work to Krishna, or we are dovetailing our work in service to Krishna? Both. Why both?
In service, and definitely, like that's pretty obvious, but also to Krishna. Like, for example, if I'm going to work,
Yeah.
right? I'm okay, I want to buy a car. So I don't want to buy a car because I want to enjoy. I want to buy a car so that I can drop the devotees.
Yeah.
Like you're always thinking like how, like you cannot detach yourself from Krishna because when you do that, then the marginal energy Maya comes into place. So you have to always, if you cannot do direct service to Krishna, or at least think like, okay, Krishna, I'm doing this. Like does it is it in a good way?
Okay.
If it's not aligning with Krishna, he wouldn't like it, then you don't have to do it.
Yeah. So now we will just anyone just mention five things that we can dovetail to Krishna, or we want to dovetail to Krishna. All right.
Eating.
Eating. Okay.
Sleeping.
Someone else also. If anyone wants to dovetail anything.
Sleep.
Education and
Studying.
Huh?
yeah.
Education.
Studying. Okay.
Learning.
I mean,
That is the sport.
Dancing.
dancing.
Not doing with
Okay. Okay. That's it. So my question is, when we say we are going to dovetail to Krishna, right? So, so the first line says dovetail to Krishna. So earning dovetail to Krishna. Earning dovetail to for Krishna will use special pain. Krishna. Dovetail to Krishna. Okay, you want to study, you want to dovetail to Krishna. But the second option says when we want to dovetail the work in service to Krishna, it means like this, that we should make sure that when we are dovetailing our work, we are dovetailing our eating, we are dovetailing our service or sleeping, running or dancing, Krishna should be in the center, not us. So that's the main reason why I say that why we say dovetailing to Krishna, it means dovetailing our work in service to Krishna. So here, Shuddha Goswami used the word Vidvamsh. Vidvamsh means the one who is full of knowledge, who is like expert in Shastras. So Vidwan is the word is used for Vyasdev, and Vyasdev is mentioned that he wrote this all the Srimad Bhagavatam in relation with the supreme truth from a Chakre Satvata Samhita. And for this, oh, now you have to disconnect so that I can connect. Yeah, so it is mentioned in the Rupa Goswami also mentioned the same thing in Bhakti Rasamrata Sindhu that I will show you now.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Rama,
Did you remove? Oh, okay.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Yeah. So Shri Bhakti in Shri Bhakti Rasamrata Sindhu, Rupa Goswami says a very similar thing. So he says Brahma Yamalesha Shruti Smriti Puranadi Panchrata Vidhim Vina Ekanki Harer Bhakti Utpayada Vibhak Kalpate. So it is mentioned that even if a person seems to have attained steadiness in practicing pure bhakti to Lord, their bhakti is misfortune if it rejects the rules of Shruti, Smriti, Puran, Panchrata due to lack of faith in them. So when we do bhakti, the main things are the Puran. It is mentioned in the line, right? It's mentioned in the blue. So it means that when we do devotional service to Krishna, the Puran, it's the main proof. That's the main evidence that helps us to connect with Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada also quote this verse and he says like this as follows that that is the advice instruction given by Rupa Goswami without reference to the Shruti, without reference to Smriti. Puran, and Pancharatik Vidhi, if you pose yourself as a great devotee of Krishna, that is simply disturbance. So Shruti comes with, we can say, by hearing, and Smriti comes with by remembering. So in the purport also it is mentioned the same thing, that by revival of the dormant affection or love of God does not depend on the mechanical system of hearing and chanting. So my question is, when we say devotional service, why only devotional service and why not any other thing, like just you can mention any, like doing meditation, that is also service, but why we say the main thing is devotional service? So I'll ask one thing again, what is our main goal in our Krishna consciousness?
To have the eternal service of Father Krishna.
No, but what we say all the time, yeah, to go back home, back to Godhead. So what will it do after going back home, back to Godhead? Arey bro, let us think.
Krishna, like
Yeah.
always being served by
So
Krishna.
yeah. So that's the main thing, right? So here we also do the all nine process of devotional service. Shruti, Swaranam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Swaranam, Pada, Sevanam, Archanam, Dasyam. Like we are singing, we are hearing, we are doing Pada Sevanam is like serving the lotus feet of Krishna. We are remembering Krishna like that, and we are surrendering to Krishna. That's the main thing. So there's all things we can be done in the Golok also after being in Krishna consciousness here or in Golok. It doesn't matter where we are, but we have to. The main thing is devotional service. And who says this thing and why in Chaitanya Charitamrita? Mahaprabhu says this. Why? Because we are,
Eternal survivor.
yes, we are Krishna Nitya Das. So the service, the main goal of a Das is to serve. And His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he also mentions that the love means to serve. So there are so many languages of love in this modern life also. And in that, it's like one of them is act of service. So when you love someone, you do something for them. And it is mentioned that if you, for example, if your mom loves you, then mom, she will cook for you personally, just like Mother Yashoda used to cook for Krishna, right? For example, uh, you have a son, so Prabhu have a son, like, so Prabhu will make sure that he will take care of him, he will educate him by himself, he will make himself like he will make try to walk him like that since birth. You have a brother, right? So you will make sure that you can you take care of him, and whenever you go you can play with him, be with him all the time. So in the same way, in all the four five rasas, madhurya ras, vatsalya ras, sakhya ras, dasya ras, and not shanta ras, all the four rasas, you are going to serve Krishna. So that's why Narad Muni said that you should write something for Srimad Bhagavatam that can help us to know what is the main goal, so that everyone, it is mentioned here that therefore you can see, right? Yeah. So it is mentioned that, but the mass of people do not know this, and therefore the learned Vyasadeva compile this Vedic literature, which is in relation to the supreme truth. Now again, one more question: from where Vyasadeva compiled this Vedic literature? It is mentioned that he compiled, he didn't wrote by himself or he didn't made it anything. He compiled this, but from where? It is mentioned in the one of the verses. No searching for.
Where did he compile the Vedic?
Yes.
The place.
No. From where? Like all the source of Srimad Bhagavatam.
From Supreme Personality of God and Himself. Narad himself.
From where Vyasadeva heard the Srimad Bhagavatam?
Narad himself. No. Suguru Swami. Sorry, Sudhir Swami.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yes. He. Yeah. So actually, Vyasadeva knew the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, but when in we have known like who is the main speaker of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami, but who is the listening Parikshit Maharaj. So when Shukdev Goswami was narrating the whole Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj, Vyasdev himself was sitting in front, like in the audience. So at that time, he was hearing the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, which will come in the upcoming chapters. But it is mentioned that compile this Vedic literature, but from where? That's the main question, right? So he heard the whole Srimad Bhagavatam again from his own son, and then he wrote this whole uh, Srimad Bhagavatam. And then it is mentioned in the first fourth verse of the same chapter that Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranihite male apashyat purusham purnam mayam cha tad apaparshayam. Bro, what did it translation?
Translation.
Yeah.
Thus he fixed his mind perfectly, engaging it by linking it to devotional service, bhakti yoga, without any tinge of materialism, and thus he saw the absolute personality of Godhead, along with his external energy, which was under full control.
Yeah. So it is mentioned here that uh, without any tinge of materialism, he fixed his mind and perfectly engaged it by linking it to the devotional service. And it is mentioned here that again the same verse which we read right now, that why is mentioned again and again that devotional service we should do this, we should again like bhakti yoga. Prabhupada, you can see here that Prabhupada translated the devotional service as bhakti yoga, like that. So whenever we say bhakti yoga, it means devotional service all the time. And also it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, very similar verse. Prabhu, let me read.
And all of yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me in yoga and is highest of all. This is my opinion.
Yeah. So again and again, Krishna also mentions again in the Bhagavad Gita that it's like Bhagavad Gita is also like Krishna is saying like how to love me. So in that in his mention again and again that man mana bhava bhakta majati vam namaskuru, like that. And he's again here is no mention in that the one with great faith who always abides in me and thinks of me within himself and renders transcendental loving service to me is the most intimately united with me. So Krishna says, who is most intimately united with me? The one who renders transcendental loving service. So again and again in the Shastras is mentioned that why we should do devotional service. And after this, Vyasadeva also mentioned will mention that the story of post Mahabharat, like we have heard the if anyone have seen the Netflix series Kurukshetra, like we all saw that, and in that it starts in the yeah sorry no. Yeah, it's mentioned from the Bhagavad Gita, like how Krishna gives instruction to Arjuna and then whole Bhagavad Gita happens, and then after that what happens. So it is mentioned the son of Drona, Ashwathama, he does something and he kills. Yes, yeah. So from there the whole story starts. So now we are going to discuss the all, like how Parikshit Maharaj will born, how the entry of Shukdev Goswami will come. So now the whole story will start. Like now Vyaseva started writing the Srimad Bhagavatam, right that. And before that he was going to mention then what's the main essence. So he's mentioning in the beginning only, like what's the main goal and why we should do and what we should do, right? Because he knew that in the age of Kali, in the in the upcoming generations, people won't be able to find it that what we should do. And in the purport also, Srila Prabhupada mentions that the word bhajate is significant in the verse. Bhajate has its rooted in the verb bhaj. We lot of times sing in the bhajans like bhaja govinda, bhaja bhaja mana, like that. Yeah, which is used when there is a need of service. The English word worship cannot be used in the same sense as bhaj. Worship means to adore or to show respect and honor to the worthy one. But service with love and faith is equally, especially meant for the supreme personality of Godhead, right? So when we say bhaja, it means to serve with love and faith. And it is only meant for the supreme personality of Godhead, who is Krishna. Now, last in the last line, Chakre Satvata Samhita. So Srila Prabhupada also mentions in that why it is mentioned that why most of the masses of man doesn't know uh what is Srimad Bhagavatam, what is the main goal of life, the four questions which is written by the book written by His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu, right? So in that these are the basic questions that we should have in life, right? But why we are not able to get this? Because we are in Maya. And it is mentioned that there are two types of Maya. Can anyone name? Yeah. So because of Mahamaya, we are forgetting Krishna. But because of the mercy of the Yoga Maya, we got this whole Srimad Bhagavatam. Does anyone know why and how? I know this will come in later chapters, but still I want to ask this question because many of us are aware of that.
Shiva was the Param Vaishnava.
Yes. Continue, bro. Yeah, yeah.
Didn't tell Sukadeva why was it parent.
Yeah. And whose parrot was Shukdev Goswami? Yes. So Srila Prabhupada, he again mentioned that Srimati Radharani is also Maya, Yoga Maya, and Durga is also Maya. Expansion of Radharani. But Durga's business is different than Radharani's business. Durga's business is Yaya Samohitam Jiva. To keep the living entities covered, not to become awakened to Krishna consciousness. So Vyasa saw this Maya, this Mahamaya, who is keeping the living entities under the coverage of illusion. So it is said this Maya, but by the mercy of Srimati Radharani. So when we say Shukdev Goswami, his eternal services is like a parrot in Golok of Srimati Radharani. So Srimati Radharani had like sort lot of pets. So one of them is parrot. And parrot, what does parrot say? Whatever he hears, he speaks, right? So he heard the whole Srimad Bhagavatam from Radharani, and when Radharani and Krishna they were going back home, back to Golok again, because they are Jugal Kishore, right? They are always present there also. So when Srimati Radharani was leaving, she said, Shuka, you stay here. He said, but why? Why should I stay here? I want to go with you. But he said, but she said that you have to be here so that you can tell everyone the what's the main goal of life, because people in upcoming generations they will not be able to know that what they are going to do, because there will be so many suffering that Mahamaya will be so strong that people will forget the main essence of life, right? So that's why Shukdev Goswami stayed here, and he heard again from Shivji. And when Shivji was reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam to Mother Parvati, he was hearing the whole thing. And when uh, Lord Shiva noticed, yes, yeah, so Lord Shiva, he was reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam to Mother Parvati, and Shukdev Goswami in the form of parrot, he was listening that. But when uh yeah, when Lord Shiva got to know that somebody is listening, and it's like confidential, right? He was talking to his wife and somebody was listening. So when he got to know that one parrot is listening, so he ran behind him, and Shukdev Goswami directly went to the womb of the wife of Vyasdev, and he stayed there for 16 years. And then because he knew that if I come out, then this is like Mahamaya, my Yog Maya, she went back, so now I don't have anyone. But then Krishna came and Krishna told him that don't worry, I will take care of you. Then Vyasdev also told him. Then again, when he came out, the main thing is there to deliver Parikshit Maharaj, to deliver all the sages who were present there, to deliver everyone, all the devotees of Krishna and who are also not devotees of Krishna, like that. So Vyasdev is the one who gave the Srimad Bhagavatam, and it is very fortunate to glorify Srila Vyasdev on sitting on the Vyasasana. So if you found any mistakes or any uh, errors, it belongs to me, or anything find anything good in the whole I would say session or Q&A, it belongs to Prabhupada, my Gurujanas, and all senior devotees. Thank you very much. Yes.
Very wonderful class. Like, uh, so where I have the confusion is you can clear maybe. So you said Vyasadeva heard from Sukadeva Goswami.
Yeah.
Sukadeva Goswami was son of Vyasadeva, first of all.
Yes.
So you said Vyasadeva wrote the Bhagavatam after
Compile.
compile.
Yeah.
So what can be the difference between compile and writing?
So compiling means to gather everything, and to write means to write by myself. That, for example, I'm writing letter to Monil Prabhu, right? So I'll write by myself, dear Monil Prabhu, thank you very much for giving me this class, but I'm still little mad at you, like that. And compiling means I had 3 4 letters, and from that I took the source. I had 2 3 letters, right? And I'm taking the source and I'm taking the essence, whatever I want to write from that, like that.
So you said he compiled after he
Heard.
heard from.
Yeah.
So before he didn't do anything with
He
Bhagavad?
knew he knew all the Vedas, but still,
No, so
uh,
he wrote the Vedas as well.
yeah.
So he knew the Vedas as well. That I got it.
Compile.
So he compiled all the Vedas in one. So in one
Veda was one. He made it into four. There was only one Veda.
Okay,
That
who
was
wrote
it.
it?
Yeah.
one Veda, then some.
Yeah.
Isha Prabhu, would like to explain?
That I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, so my question is like, did he compile the Bhagavatam before he heard from Sukadeva Goswami or after Sukadeva Goswami?
After Shukdev Goswami. Because if you read all the verses, what's the first verse? Shukdev Goswami said. Here also it is mentioned. Who was speaking? Shaunak Rishi said. So he was mentioned all the times. But he was like a devotee of Krishna in the mode of Dasa Dasanu Das. I don't want to write anything from myself. I want to hear and then I want to write. It was like that.
Okay, now I can connect because yeah, he left when he was born. He left the house. So,
Yeah. So he also went with him and then he wrote whatever. So it's like a parampara, whatever we heard, right? For example, in this, who is speaking right now? Shuta Goswami. The Shuta Goswami also heard with Vyasadeva, and what he heard, he's saying like that. So he heard from Shukdev Goswami when he was narrating into Parikshit Maharaj, and then same way Vyasadeva also. So Vyasadeva also not writing. I heard that this thing happened, this thing happened. He's mentioning the names. Rishi Shonaka said like that. In the second verse, is mentioning Shri Sutta said like that.
thanks for.
Yes.
I also have a question. Uh, so this was a bit confusing for me. You said dovetailing everything to Krishna and then dovetailing in service is different from dovetailing everything to Krishna.
Yeah.
So, what is the difference? Like, what is the basic difference if you can between the two options? Between the two options.
It's similar, like it's like same but different. Like when you say earning, when you say I want to dovetail my earning to Krishna, so I have 100 rupees, $100, and I want to give $20 to Krishna, right? So that I don't have to pay tax in that manner. I want to give something, but I don't have anything. I have more of this, I will give that. But I want to earn so that I can use that Lakshmi to sponsor Bhagavatam, to sponsor Sunday feast, to serve devotees, like that.
Okay.
So you are doubting means I don't want to get like blame. I don't want to get that grief or like guilt that I'm not doing anything. I want to just doubting like I got this uh, for example, I got a cake. I'm just showing to Krishna and I'm just taking and eating. But I want to make the cake so that for Krishna.
Okay. So I got the difference. So I heard this in class from Rohan, Bhakta Shastri.
Okay.
He was mentioning that this is like what you were saying. First is Karma Yoga.
Okay.
Second is Bhakti. So Karma Yoga is when you dovetail your work. So that is
Okay.
still you want that. But Bhakti is you do what Krishna wants.
Yeah.
That is the basic difference. You know, this is like what you want. You'll give a little bit to Krishna,
Hmm.
and you'll purify that, and Karma Yoga. It's like
Yeah.
you purifying machine Krishna. And this is like Bhakti Yoga means
Hmm.
you are doing the activities. It itself is what Krishna wants you to do. So like, that's-
Yeah.
Is Karma Yoga almost like a gangster earning money for extortion and then give that money to Krishna saying, oh, now.
yeah, like that. Little bit.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Anything else?
We can share some more.
Oh, I don't know.
Questions that needs to be here or something. Without this, we cannot do that. not see the absolute truth.
So it depends. That devotional service is like the very first word of Shikshastakam says Cheto Darpana Marchana. By chanting the holy names of Krishna, you will get pure. And then what we will do? We will serve the Lord by chanting his names with love. So it comes gradually. It's like the process. Krishna consciousness is a process.
When the Goswami was speaking this to the sages,
This is spoken by Shuddha Goswami. Shuddha Goswami.
Sudha Goswami.
Yeah.
Sudha Goswami, when he was speaking to the sages, was Vyasudeva also present there?
Yes.
So he was present there and also not like taking. And then he all this that Sudha Goswami is describing his Vyasadeva's pastime is also written down there.
Yeah. So that's why he started the Bhagavatam. The where he's starting from Shuddha Goswami, and then he will mention that how I have mentioned, right. So the son of Dronapanish, then whole the whole Mahabharata thing will happen. Then we will have very nice stutis by Kunti Maharani, then Bhishma, Pitama, then Parikshit Maharaj will born. Then he will go like, I don't want to give the spoilers, but it was like that.
So it's put the blueprint. You correct me where I'm wrong. Vyasdev
Yeah.
knew all the scriptures. Okay. So then he had a son, Sugadeva Goswami.
Yeah.
When he was born, he left the house. Then he wanted to give the liberation. I mean, he wanted to narrate the Bhagavatam, and then he narrated to Parikshit Maharaj, and then all the sages, even Durvasha Muni, and then Sudeva Goswami was there.
Yeah.
So Vyasdev was also there, you said.
Hmm.
So
I have picture
that was
also.
7 days. Okay. And then in 7 days, he narrated the whole Bhagavatam,
Hmm.
Parikshit Maharaj,
Hmm.
to all the sages. And in that assembly, I heard Sutta Goswami was present,
Yeah.
right? And from there, Sutta Goswami heard it. And then from there, Sutta Goswami is giving answer to the sages, the 6 questions which were asked,
Yeah.
which explain the whole Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
So this is the whole thing. And then in Sutta Goswami, while Sutta Goswami is speaking,
Yeah.
is Vyasdev also there present? Okay.
So that's when he can narrate, right? How can he narrate
So,
the past?
sorry. So Vyasdev is narrating the conversation uh, of Sutta Goswami
Yeah.
giving to all the sages.
Yeah. And Shuddha Goswami is mentioning what he heard from Shukdev Goswami.
Sukadeva Goswami.
But he was present at the both time.
Yeah.
But what he did, he heard from Shuddha Goswami again. So he wrote that one. Yes.
Okay, now it is
So see.
Thanks.
So
Yeah.
yes, I'll just mention one thing.
Yes,
So in this picture, you can see the whole effulgence of the Sri Shukdev Goswami. So he is speaking, he is Parikshit Maharaj. So here in the assemblies of the sages who were listening this, in that Shukta Goswami was also present and Vyasa was also present.
Narad
Like that. Yeah, Narad Muni also there. Guru is also present like that.
Yeah.
Follow.
Yes, bro.
Yeah. So Sutu Goswami when Namisharanya, right?
Yeah, name it.
Yes.
But Vyasdev is also present there.
Yes.
Oh, but it's not. It's mentioned somewhere. Where-
Yeah,
That's
if
what-
you can. If you
I will send the reference in the group.
That was
100%. But I have a photo reference if you want to see.
This is not.
No, this is not Namisharan.
Yeah.
This is
This is
Parikshit Maharaj.
This is Bank.
This is Bank of Ganga, right?
This is Saraswati.
So this I mentioned, right? Shukdev Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj, and
Yeah,
here
he
everyone.
mentioned
Yeah.
Yeah,
They will
this
share
guy-
their pictures. I'll send.
This we believe you. Namisharanya. Vyasdev was present.
So
We want to confirm.
just think for a second. I'll send the reference for sure. But just think for a second. So if Vyasadeva was not present there, so how would he will write the conversations of Sutta Goswami Sonakasi? He was present there. That's why he wrote, right?
One thing could also be that this what we are reading, this compilation, this is not by Vyasdev. This could be someone who heard from Sutta Goswami in that assembly.
I'll send the reference.
Could
I
be
have.
that.
I'll send it, but I don't have my anything like that.
Jai Shri Prabhupada.
They wrote it.
I think we can discuss this later if he has a question.
Yes.
Actually, I also have the same question. Who exactly wrote it? Like, how many people wrote it so that it got compiled? Because
Okay, then we can discuss this later. One more question.
Sure.
Uh, so
That's why, bro, I asked you. Let me prepare. Yeah.
in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is saying that this mechanical hearing and chanting will not help you.
Hmm.
You can only get like love for Krishna through the mercy. causeless mercy of the Lord.
Yeah.
Solely depends and wholly depends on the causeless mercy of the Lord, right?
Yes.
So what are we doing? What are we doing here?
So it is just I think yesterday only Dina Tarini Prabhu mentioned that Dina Tarini Prabhu or Gaur Prabhu, somebody mentioned that so mercy is like or Ishan Prabhu mentioned two like it's like two finger like when Damodar Lila happened. So one is like efforts and second is mercy, right? So even in like that, so when you give the efforts, Krishna will give mercy. So Krishna will see how much effort are you giving. So Krishna will also like that, like how much effort are you giving, I will also give same type of mercy. So if you say Arjuna also, like Arjun say I will take sannyas and I'll go in the forest and I'll back. I don't want to fight. But Krishna said, do your dharma. Fight, Arjuna. Don't be sad about this. So then he started fighting and then he took shelter of Krishna. Then Krishna started speaking Bhagavata. He didn't start Bhagavata all of a sudden. First made sure that Arjun is doing his efforts so then he can give his mercy, right? Like that.
But then here, I want to focus on one word. It's causeless mercy. Causeless itself means that there is no cause. Then, if you put that our effort is the cause, then it is not causeless mercy.
Yeah. So the causeless word, yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, no, say.
No, please go ahead.
Okay. So causeless mercy doesn't mean that you won't do anything and we will get mercy, right? Causeless mercy is like it doesn't depend on anything, whatever you're doing. For example, if Krishna, it's mentioned that not a single tip of a grass doesn't move without the sanction of Krishna, right? So causeless mercy means it doesn't depend on anything. If Krishna wants, it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita, if Krishna wants to kill you, nobody can save you. If Krishna wants to save you, nobody can kill you. It's like that. Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake ke, like that. So is causes mercy means wholly dependent. But I know you are the answer. Say.
No. I don't know. I really want to know. Like it's, uh,
Like we make
I'm still a bit confused. Like okay, causeless, but it's still dependent on efforts. So then, how is it causeless? It has a cause.
No, I feel like Krishna, when he gets pleased, he doesn't see how much effort he put. He once he's pleased, he directly sanctions. I think that is what they are
yeah.
trying to get.
Sometimes Krishna, like for example, the pastor of Putna. So what Krishna saw, she came to kill him, right? But he saw the good side. Only like she came in the form of a mother. So he gave him the position of mother in Golok Vrindavan, like that. So that is like causeless mercy. She came with another intention. You're doing with something another intention. Like Ajamil, he said the word Narayan, but he wanted to call his son, but Narayan himself came. It's like wrong number, right? But still Narayan came, like that.
So it's like, see, you
E-
can.
yeah.
It's not totally cause. Like, see, you cannot really get the love of Krishna by doing something. You're not capable, right? Totally depends on Krishna's mercy.
Yeah.
But you have to do something.
Yes.
You cannot get it without doing anything also, right? If
Not
you
also. You will not get anything if you
so
don't
you
do
are not
anything. Yeah.
so the point is that you are not powerful enough
Yeah.
to bind Krishna by doing your mechanical hearing and chanting.
Yes.
That is not the cause of you getting love of Godhead.
So I will.
But that is also the cause, because without doing that, you will not get the causeless mercy.
So I'll just say one thing which we heard, me and Ishan Prabhu. So this will give you conversation of half an hour, but I'll just say one thing and just think about this. The whole day you have the whole day, right? We say we came to Krishna consciousness, and what's the main goal of life? Main goal of Krishna consciousness?
Love of God.
Love Krishna prema, right? So my question is, there are so many devotees in Krishna consciousness. So many devotees are practicing. They are chanting. They are hearing. They are listening. They are speaking whatever they can say like that. Not even qualified, but still speaking. How many people got prema of Krishna? Very few. Like it is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had so many. Like he used to when he used to go out and he used to preach and he used to just sing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thousands, lakhs of people used to come there. But how many followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had? only few. You can even count how many followers Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had. Like they are like true followers. They don't want anything but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They want just that. But there are so many people who gathered. They will come to Krishna consciousness. They will hear from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. But how many of them were followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? Like that. Yes.
So causeless means which I heard from Nitai Sevini Mataji, and I went to the same shot right now, and then I just read the subtitles again. So she is saying that causeless mercy is, she gave an example of, for example, if a devotee is doing a lot of service and still he is not getting much mercy. There is a devotee who just came and he's doing very little service, still he is getting too much mercy. So she said that it does not depend on how much service you're doing to Krishna. That's why it is causeless.
Yeah.
So, uh, it so it depends on Krishna. If Krishna wants to give mercy,
Yeah.
it is not only your this life.
Yes.
So there is the whole quota, right, which you are taking from the whole past lives. So Krishna knows about that quota. We don't know. So when Krishna knows this quota has been fulfilled, so for example, if someone came from outside and we are like, oh, he's a newcomer. He just washed utensils one day and then he got the pure devotional service. Okay. And then we were like, how it happened? I told him to chant, and then he's like, just this good in 10 days. And then he has been doing a lot in his past life, and then it was just one utensil was left to wash.
Yeah.
And then he just came and he washed, and then Krishna was pleased, and then he gave the causeless mercy.
Yeah.
So,
It's similar to what I also said, the Putna thing and the Achamel thing.
yeah.
They chant, unintentionally they chant the name of Narayan. They unintentionally serve Krishna in the mode of mother, right? Like that. Okay. I thought we are going to do a class, but we did Q&A. But thank you for saving me.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.